I'll start out again. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to RSF1's F4 division. Coming to you live around Mexico. It's our last official F1 race of 2020. And it's been, well, let's say it's been a pretty abysmal year in terms of outside. But inside F1 and inside RSF1, it's been a pretty interesting season across all the divisions, especially here in F4. But a few changes in the comms box, and we've got another change tonight, but I'm in very capable hands. I am today with Vettel SF1. So good evening to you, Vettel.
Good evening, Rundle.
Yes, what do we think? Obviously 2020 outside, and we know why, the reason. Obviously it's been a terrible year, but in terms of racing, if you will, I guess it's been an alright season. Obviously me and you haven't maybe exactly done well in our seasons. You in F1, me in F2, here and there, I guess. But
yeah,
in terms of action this season, obviously you normally commentate F2. Obviously I've been here in F4. It's been really good, I think, personally.
yeah, I've really enjoyed some of the F2 races this season. Highlight for me is quite probably Hungary, watching Emily Biscuit win from P11. That was an entertaining race.
What's my highlight been in F4? Definitely not last week. Fingers crossed, obviously this week, for those that were there this week, hopefully things are going to be a lot more smoother. The good thing is, obviously from last week, we now know what to do if we are in that situation again. So that is the positive. And we are going to be positive tonight, moving forward. Highlight in F4 so far. Probably the first round of the season, actually. Because all different names and everything else, and all these, the anticipation of that before the season ahead. And we're not that far away, if you think about it. From that again, another month or so, we'll probably be back racing again, new names, people that moved around, different teammates. But before obviously we get to that, we have a season to finish up, and tonight in the F4 division we have no champions to be crowned tonight. We cannot crown a champion, that's drivers or constructors, but our championship leader Duffalump in the Racing Point can more or less wrap it up this week. Tonight, if he has a good result. For example, if he wins ahead of his rivals, he pretty much has about 8.5 fingers of 2 hands of a trophy. So, but he's got to complete it, and Vettel, there's going to be, I guess, a bit of pressure on him tonight, because especially he didn't have the best, well, he disconnected and didn't finish the race in USA, so perhaps a bit of pressure on him tonight. Do you reckon the Alfa Romeo's going to exploit it?
Well, if the Alfa Romeos want to get back in this title fight, they realistically need Duffalump to not finish at all and one of them to win. It's about a 20-point gap, isn't it?
Yes, 26.
So
it is a race win, actually.
Yeah, a race win
and a fastest lap.
Fast lap. Yeah. I believe it's Prost second, then Eagle.
Yes, obviously they had a good result in USA, so the momentum is on them to move forward. But momentum is a lovely thing, Vettel. You can feel on top of the world one week and then feel terrible the next. So
yeah,
gotta continue. And the problem, the other problem is with F4, as I explained to you, is you got so many others here that are capable of winning races. You got this guy, Toxic MW in the Ferrari. He came in around Belgium and has really showed the pace. He'll be one to watch next season, assuming he is in F4 next season.
Yeah. Hold up, we've got two
so
Toxics. CW and MW.
Yeah. Just call them MW and CW, just to not be confused, because otherwise you're going to be messing up between the two. Yeah, both of them are relatively close to one another on pace and near the front, so they could be ones to watch.
Yeah, hopefully. Can't beat having people at the front. Noticing he's only getting 337 kilometers an hour, and on Sunday the max speed was 338, which I think was The racing point of... Ah... It might have been Riplin one shot.
High aero potentially.
A little slow in a straight line, but we'll forgive him, isn't a Ferrari.
Now, last week, obviously we have to mention last week, although we really want to forget about it, because obviously it was a difficult evening for myself and everyone racing involved. Basically, the resulting big result from that was Toxic CW in the runner actually won the race, even though he was a lap ahead compared to everyone else. We know that, as I said, we have moved on, and we know what to do from there. Just basically restart the whole thing, which should have happened. But there you go. He won last week. He grabbed the points, and in doing so, he's one to watch, and already setting in a 14.9 on his first lap of the qualifying.
Yeah, very competitive time there from Toxic CW. Not far off what a lot of people were doing in F2. So this shows just how close the divisions are in the league. Audi going third fastest with a 16.1.
Couple of people just joining in late. Primus. Oh no, Primus is in an Alpha Tauri. Oh no, meant to be in a pink car. Well, that'd be interesting. I don't know whether you've been in that situation before, Vel, or whether you joined late in a session and had to pick whatever's car was given to you. Can that... Is it a difference maker? I know we're on equal cars, but they feel slightly different, but... Is it a difference for you?
Well, I don't do practice sessions anymore, so I just use the Mercedes, so I have to get used to a different car on the day. So
oh yeah, because you're a reserve. You're a reserve, aren't you? So.
No, I'm an Alpha Tauri driver.
I know. Oh, of course. I guess you could be Red Bull. I guess when you practice in Grand Prix mode, it's the closest I guess you could get to an Alpha Tauri.
Well, I was a Red Bull driver at the start of the season, but now I'm an Alpha Tauri driver, so I'd say it's a big upgrade, to be honest.
We do have, I believe, a new driver driving among us. That's XR Cornish. Believe he's racing his first race. He is a reserve in the F4 division, and he's racing for RSF1 Raikkonen, who I believe is working today. So best of luck to Cornish as he goes through. Oh, man's up to 6th. No one getting close to Toxic's time already. You said it was quick, and yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. Main section of this track where people lose a lot of time is the S section. If you do not nail that in qualifying, you might get in a 14. Also, it's very tight on track limits, this particular circuit. I don't know why.
Don't I know? Don't I know? My excuse is hard tyres, and the car just did not feel anything for the S section, but I do feel, obviously you had your race on Wednesday, I don't know whether you feel like this, I feel like it's stricter than last year.
Yeah, it's stricter everywhere, unfortunately. I don't know how I went through the entire US Grand Prix without getting a warning, but it happened.
Yeah. Riding the ball with Eagle at the moment. He goes through turn 1, 2 and 3. Just need to thread those three corners together, and does that very, very nicely. Eagle finished a frustrated second, I would say. Obviously hampered by the fact that, well, he couldn't pass Toxic with the situation. So he's frustrated with that, but he's always been on the pace. He is Vettel, the only driver that has scored points in every race this season.
Talk about consistency.
Obviously there are a couple of 10th places in there, a couple of difficult races that he had, but yeah, he is the only driver left, because it did used to be his teammate technically, although Prost never raced in Australia because he was in F3 and then got moved to F4. But Prost technically had that record as well, but yeah, consistency could yield a title for him. as he, well, there you go, tops the session in Q1. There's the Flying Eagle. Qualifying specialist Vettel, he is always, well, not always, I think on the odd occasion he's like 12th or 13th, but qualifying, he's just always seems to be there.
Well, being quick in qualifying isn't as important as the race, unless it's Monaco.
Yeah, helps though. Helps you though if you're at the front of the field.
I don't know. I mean, last game when the safety car did not work at all, getting a good qualifying position was much more important, but now your race can be completely switched around by a safety car, which is advantageous to people on a different strategy, so then you fall straight back down the field again.
We have our first comment in the chat is Jake Moore. Good evening to you, Jake Moore, as Duffer Lunt just edges out Eagle with a 14.824 in the racing point. So Duffer has definitely trying to put USA behind him with that lap. Very good stuff from Duffer.
Yeah. Obviously Racing Point do need the points. They are currently trailing Alfa Romeo at the moment, so...
Right. Do you want to take a lap on board of Prost? Because he's about to begin his opening lap.
Sure can. Right then, so RSF1 Prost, you want to keep his wider entry, which Prost chooses not to, using a bit of curb on the exit. Now it's full throttle, a little bit of turning, coming onto the main straight, where you put your DRS on and you want to take as wide a line possible through. I take quite a bit of curb on the left if you can get away with it. Track limits have been a bit stricter there in last games, so heavy braking down in a second gear, cutting across the curves nicely, choosing not to use the inside curb and the outside there. Could probably gain a 10th if you try to cut over them, but obviously Prost is his own line. Braking up the 100 meter board, wow, that's braking late from Prost there. Somehow making the corner. No short shift going through here. Straight back onto the power. Down in a second. On the power again. Coming through here, taking a wide-ish entry. Going over the curve slightly, having to lift off because he would have exited the track and that would have been an invalidation. A very nice section through here, going flat out and just a little lift, maybe could go flat out through there in Q3. Going through here, not to using the outside curb, going a little wide with a bit of understeer. Down at the second again, using all of the rotation of the car. And coming through here at the final corner, choosing not to short shift on exit, using a little bit wide and a nice exit to the line, and it's a 16.1.
I feel that's a safe banker lap from Prost there. As you say, I don't think he was as aggressive as you could go through the S's, but I guess at the same time, just want to get a lap on the board. I really, truly expect he should be alright going to Q2. That's, we definitely want to improve in that position. Don't want to be at risk of bombing out in Q1. We are removing the slowest two in this session as Cooper Benz. That is an interesting esports line there, going into that corner. I know there's a lot of runoff there, unnecessary runoff in my opinion, but still used all of that and more on Cooper Benz.
They're on in and out laps, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, he was. Jeez.
Oh, no invalidation for that either.
No.
Flying lap probably would invalidate.
Yeah, probably would. 19 viewers watching so far, so thank you very much for watching. Corners is this heading round. I think he was down on his first sector. Yeah, everyone heading in by the looks of it. Oh no, you got Barry on a flying lap in the Ferrari.
Yeah, quite a nice section, lifting off a little bit through there. It is quite hard to keep it flat to the floor, locking up quite badly there, costing stuff about a 10.5. And sector 3, using a bit too much curve there, it really unsettles the car, and it's not really the fastest route anymore. It was in last game because you could cut straight over it. But crossing the line at 15.5, near enough bang in the middle.
Not bad from Hurry there. What are we looking cut-off, do you reckon, for Q2? I'd say probably a low 16, high 15. Probably safe.
Realistically, you need a high 15 to get through, I imagine.
Jake Moore saying S section is wheel heaven. I would agree. I'm on a pad.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. But the pad is much better on exit of a corner, so...
And wet weather, so...
Yeah.
That thing. Here comes Prost. Oh, big improvement. There we go. That's a bit better. Up to 5th on a 15.4. One thing I have noticed this week watching, and obviously I didn't realise on Sunday, is you can do multiple laps on these soft tyres. I never understand it, especially on this game. I don't understand multiple laps on softs. I just like one lap and that's it. Do they get better over time, or is it just?
It's all about
I don't know.
car feel. The tyres are slower, but because you're not under the pressure of just doing one lap, you normally overperform on them. That's just my view, at least.
Wet weather I do multiple laps, but that makes sense because you're just finding the grip. Hey ho. Chris 12 LFC. I'm guessing a supporter of Liverpool. I could be horribly wrong because many football clubs have LFC. Anyway, I've drove pad and wheel. I prefer pad. Well,
I couldn't use the pad anymore.
it's that thing, isn't it? It's that thing, isn't it? Oh, where's Primus get a little cheeky slipstream from CW in front of him. It's half and half, isn't it? I think the gap between pad and wheel has got better over time. I don't know if you would agree.
No,
you don't agree. Never mind. I think it weighs out.
That's pad heaven. That.
I think. You sure?
Yeah.
It was Primus, Jesus.
So.
Primus invalidated his lap, but he was lucky to keep the car in a straight line because I got a massive tank slap out the end of that S section. That's the other difficulty as well. The way the corner is there, Vettel, you can very easily lose the car and be into the wall and you'll race over.
Yeah. It happened in F2, I believe. It was a Ferrari. Not sure which one, but a Ferrari did lose it there, and their qualifying was over.
Tell you what, Vettel, Cooper Benz is really struggling with this at the moment. 2 minutes to go. Oh, is he going to make it?
It's going to be an 18.
2 minutes.
They're in the pits. Qualifying over.
You don't think he's going to get back out again?
It won't get out in time, no. It's about 40 seconds.
Oh, that's a shame.
Unless they cut half the circuit, there's no hope for them.
Which you can't. Which you can't anyway, so. And Bradley Johnson's gone well deep into turn 1 on his next lap, so not looking good for him.
Invalidated anyway.
I see what the problem is, by the way. Bradley Johnson is a reserve, and he's obviously picked any car that was free, but that was meant to be Primus's car, so he couldn't pick. So Primus couldn't pick his racing point, so he had to go to NAVTARI.
Yeah, scoring us some points, hopefully.
Jake Moore, second lap you just push more, or I do anyway. Will has more one lap potential, but being consistent is in the race easier on pad. According to Jake.
Well, I mean, I've been on a wheel for quite a long time, so I don't even know how the pad acts, but I know that at Monza and traction circuits, it's much better.
Nearly caught Cornish lose it into the stadium section there. Completely sideways, be going back. No,
Yeah.
back into the pits, but he should be safe.
Cooper Benz is out. 33 seconds to go.
He's trying, isn't he? But I think he knows already. It's like, no, not a chance. I'll watch you anyway, just in case you try. I don't expect him to, but Shame. And Bradley Johnson is out as well, so everyone else is through now.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Do you remember a time when... He's not even purposely invalidating. You remember a time when... start of the season where people could do this, so they go on an outlap, session is over, and then they cross the line and then it counts?
Yeah, that happened to me in a WR race once.
Jeez.
I was a little confused why the game wasn't controlling my car, but I didn't set a lap.
So moving on, we're into Q2. And Bradley Johnson and Cooper Benz out of the session. Cooper Benz has had a very rough last few weeks. When he first joined, he was battling the top runners, challenging for wins and podiums, and now he's been stuck on 68 points for the last 4 weeks. So
I'd take 68 points. I'd take 68 points, but
he's had like 6 or 7 races. I think it's ever since Belgium. Actually, he got caught up in something in Belgium, and then can get out of it. As Primus improves there right at the end of the session and goes 5th right at the end there. So good improvement from Primus. Maybe he likes the AlphaTauri.
Yeah, it's a very likeable car. I think the wheel base does feel a bit better than the Haas. I think than the Renault.
I want it next season.
Yeah,
I want the AlphaTauri next season.
It's a nice car.
Oh yeah, this is the part of the season now. Obviously, going to have our break after tonight. 2-week break, officially. No streams, no official races until January the 3rd, I believe. But yeah, we're now even starting to think, what car could we have in next season, season 4? What teammate could we be? What tier are we in? I mean, it's easy for you, Val. You're staying. Easy for you, Val. You're staying F1.
I don't know. I've only got 18 points and I'm 19th in the standings.
Have you had a podium?
No, not since season 1.
I've had 1, and that was in Canada.
Ah, yeah. I did the commentary for that one.
My one on track. The only race so far of 1 on track. I need to check my Discord. I've been pinged. On Discord. Right, into Q2.
Strategy-wise, I imagine people will be going on the soft tyre.
Yeah, I was going to say about strategy. Most tracks, if you got through on the mediums, even though the time difference was too much. But with this track, that it's soft, isn't it? Because it's a 2-stop, isn't it? Now we kind of gathered that by the end of this week.
Yeah. You can do the 1-stop, but with the safety cars, which are high chance around here because it's quite easy to make a mistake. Yeah, 2-stop is the way to go. Soft, medium. How you want to split the strategy is up to you, but most people in the top 10 will be going out on softs to set their lap. Although, having said that, a lot of people are on mediums at the moment.
Are they? Oh, I had it on best. God damn it. I had it on best, that's why. I was confused. It's like, I don't know, they're on softs. So many people on mediums. Does that mean there's rain? I feel like there's too many on mediums, to be honest.
No, I imagine if it was raining, people would probably be on the softs because it wouldn't matter for the race.
Oh yeah, it's the other way round, isn't it? Duh, Michael, you know this. You know this. Yeah, strategy I would have done on Sunday if there wasn't a flying Alfa Romeo into turn 1 causing chaos. I would have gone what did I start on? Soft, medium, soft, because I prefer having softs at the end because obviously the track's rubbing in, low on fuel, compared to say people who would say try the hards or they're on mediums, it'd just be flying compared to them. That's just me personally.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't race Wednesday, so I don't have any feeling of the track at all. But I know how to drive this track because I'd say I'm not bad at it, but it's definitely not my favourite on the calendar. Singapore will always be in my heart.
That kept valid. CW went. Oh, never mind. Who's the AlphaTauri behind? Is that Cornish? No, is that Primus? Let's go into mediums. Yeah, Toxic went flying off the circuit. He slowed down. That's probably the reason why it didn't say invalid, but still. Kind of surprised that kept.
16.4.
16.4. That's not bad. It's about a second, isn't it?
Oh well, Toxic CW is 23.9.
Yeah, I was going to say that lap counted, and he went off the circuit. Never mind. Yeah, it's about second and a bit.
Cornish.
16.3.
Oh,
yeah, second a bit in the mediums. Barry, very good. Yeah, I was going to say, if someone hits a 15 on the mediums, take my hat off to them.
Well, I think Duffelham might be the guy to do it. They look to be on a nice lap. And as they cross the line, and it's a 15.9.
Oh, only just. 15.9.4.
15.
Yeah, Toto, he,
Oh, fish sticks is in the wall.
Oh. Yeah, just caught that. How's he binned it? How's he binned it there?
Maybe taking a bit too much curb on the inside, it can loosen the rear end quite badly. Maybe a bit of an overcorrection after that and went into the wall.
And a 15.9 on the softs there. I think you'd want to go a little bit quicker on that lap. On the next attempt.
Yeah, I imagine though, one lap's all they want to do on the softs. You need to keep them in as good a condition at the start as possible.
Yeah, Primus doing a second lap on the mediums now. Is he going to do a third? I think it might be. Yeah, he's doing a third. So he's done a flying lap. He's then slowed to cool everything off, get a bit of VRS back, and then he's going on a third lap, which will be a flying one.
Yeah, there's a trick to gain more ERS in that lap. It's where you push the accelerator and hold the brake down at the same time. Just slightly though.
Oh.
And you can farm ERS.
I'm sure that doesn't work in real life.
Oh no, but in the game it works fine.
I
mean,
yeah, it makes sense, I guess.
I do all the time, so.
Oh, that's how you guys are so quick in F1.
Well, I know Legends does it, but I don't know about the others.
Lovely and flat from Eagle in the middle sector.
Oh,
pretty good.
Invalidating over the curb.
Was he up in his time, did you see?
Yeah, he was 10th and a half up.
Yeah, fair enough. Here comes the Eagle. Does he get anywhere near Duffer? Ooh, a 16.4. Ah. Just had a Primus behind Cornish and behind Barry on the same tyres. Bit of a surprise, but maybe there was a bit of mistakes in that one.
Oh, Duffer's lap was good. Either one.
Yeah, either that, yeah. Right, I'm going to run through the drivers and constructors briefly. So, Duffelump leads the way on 230 points in the Racing Point. As mentioned before, he cannot win the championship tonight, but a good result ahead of his rivals, the two Alfa Romeos, then he can be pretty much near there going into Brazil in January. Prost is next on 204, closely ahead of his teammate Eagle 202. They realistically need to beat Duffer tonight in any shape or form, even if it's by a position or two. They need to cut the gap. So let's see what they can do. As Prost on his first run on the mediums, validates through turn 1. Fourth place is Monster Skyline. He is missing tonight. He has a early Christmas dinner. Seeing family tonight, so obviously hope he's having a good time. He is missing the race tonight. He seems to be safe in 4th place, but if Vinny obviously wins the race tonight, then can close the gap because Vinny's on 100 points, just ahead of Button, who's on 98. Toxic CW with the win in USA's on 92. 2 points ahead of Primus in 90. So, bit of a battle going on for 5th place in the drivers. Old Manty's on 74, ahead of Toxic NW on 72. Kazi Beta on 69, a point ahead of Cooper Benz on 68. Fishsticks on 66. 40, 62. Chris Mink on 54. Then you got Alco Saints on 33, Raikkonen on 29, Barry on 16, and UK Demons on 14. As for the constructors, that also cannot be won tonight, as we mentioned before, but Alfa Romeo lead the way on a 406. 378 is Racing Point. I think it's even mathematically between them two, because in 3rd place is Mercedes on 238. Williams are 4th on 213. Ahead of a close battle with McLaren 175, Renault 160, Haas 123, Ferrari 113, Red Bull 82, and then AlphaTauri bringing up the rear on 41 points.
Yeah. Speaking of championships, last night RSF1 Eastern won the Division 1 crown, quite convincingly in the end, by a considerable margin over his teammate Lando in the other Mercedes, and I believe they won the constructors in Japan, didn't they?
Yeah, and MW has kept that valid. Yeah, they'd already won it a couple of weeks before, I think, or a week or so before last night.
Yeah, obviously I raced against Easton, very consistent driver, quick as well. So.
Definitely stepped up, hasn't he? Because like season before, he was in like 8th or 9th in the standings, as Vinny tops it on soft tyres, 14.9. That's pretty good luck there from Vinny in a Mercedes.
Oh yeah, very nice luck. That 49 from Green Vinny. That would have been top 3 in Q1. As I suspected,
so
a lot of people hopping out of the soft tyres now.
It's just the offset, isn't it? And when so many that could be in danger of being knocked out of Q2 go on soft tyres, you just need to change, don't you?
Yeah, it's quite hard to get through on mediums. Obviously the grid's very tight, so you have to rely on everyone else wanting to start on them as well.
Primus has gone 2nd on the soft tyres, so he tried to settle up on the mediums, realised too much danger, so went on the softs and gone 2nd. There's MW, there's a massive slide up the S's. Oh, and just to make things clear in the chat, those people watching, any points that Primus Gaming gets is in the Racing Point. He is meant to be in the Racing Point. It's just obviously stuff has happened. He's in the AlphaTauri. He's not scoring points for AlphaTauri. Point that out. Toxic goes 7th. He's got enough time, Toxic MW, hasn't he, to get back in and out in the softs if he wants to. So Ross deciding on the softs as well. Do you remember the F4 race of last year, or last season at Mexico?
In Division 4?
I
might know, well, I think I might have commented, but I don't remember the race.
The rain?
Oh, yeah,
remember that? Yeah, torrential rain with the fog and the fact you couldn't see down to turn 1.
Yeah, those are the best sorts of conditions, in my opinion.
Look at Barry, gone to 2nd on the soft tyres, 49 as well.
Yeah, only 0.25 seconds between him and Grady Mini.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's the sake of one lockup about that. I don't know about you, but have you tried no assists?
I have, and it's the same on if I use my wheel currently. perfectly fine by myself in qualifying because I can manage the throttle, manage my brakes, everything else like that. When the change I use manual anyway, so that's fine. It's just obviously getting your braking right, acceleration. Obviously, don't floor it out of coming out of corners. So yeah, I'm fine qualifying by myself. It's just when it gets to race situation, because obviously you need to add the fact, I need to give the other car room, when strategy, when DRS, when fuel. I then forget something else, and that's when it goes wrong. Not very good at multitasking, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I can do most of the assists off, but I'm going to be learning the line for next season, so I can see myself spinning. I always put the power down too hard.
Yeah, because again, if you're going side by side with someone, you then forget, I need to feather the throttle, not floor it, so I can try and beat the guy. Ross goes up to 6, slightly better, might be safe. We've got so many more left to set a lap now.
Yeah.
As we're coming to the end, Fish Sticks is out already, out on 13th. There's oh man, he's got a lot of traffic there.
I'm just thinking he will be getting through on 15.3.
Might be alright. Eagles top the session of a 14.9. Duffalump joins the 14.9 club. We've got 4 people on a 14.9 up there.
Yeah, interestingly, Dufflump's lap is slower than his Q1.
Also a 14.999. Jeez.
Yeah, just a 14. Wow. XRL Cornish 15.5 on medium tyres.
That might be safe enough.
Yeah, pushing
be safe enough.
Down.
Old Manzi goes to 7th, just ahead of Cornish there. That puts Prost in danger. There's 30 seconds to go, and he's invalidated.
Yeah, Kazi Babe is on a lap now.
Where is he on track? Cause if he's quick, he can get back round again.
Okay, Kazi Babe's car is quite quick in the straight line. He matched Brutal Reapers on Sunday with 337 kilometers an hour.
Prost's gonna make it. Prost's not gonna make it. Prost is in danger. Big danger.
Yeah.
He's in 10th now already, because Button's gone to 5th place. So if any of these improve, Prost is out.
Yeah, Toxic CW and Toxic MW. MW has aborted the lap, so he's
invalidated.
No, there's no invalid. Oh, yeah, well, he has now.
Demons goes to 6th. Prost is out. Prost in the Alfa Romeo is out.
Toxic CW is. We'll find out in a second whether he's up or not.
As he's next, and he's got the annoying gearbox.
It's not looking a bad lap. Yeah. Oh no.
Not enough. 15.7.
All down to CW, who is 2 tenths up, which will not be enough at this stage.
He can improve on his last sector. This is between him and Cornish.
It's looking to be a very nice lap, yeah.
It does. It does.
Nearly knocking his own teammate out.
And that's very key, Vettel, because if Cornish had made it, he would have started on medium tyres, which could have been a very interesting factor in the race. But in the end, Cornish misses out by 4 thousandths of a second to old Manzi in 10th.
Yeah, I can't imagine Cornish will be too disappointed with Pillow, and he's obviously going to be on fresh tyres to start the race, and probably will start on mediums.
Also, is it clouded over to you?
Oh yeah, it has clouded over.
Yeah, if you go in the pit lane, the cloud's above it.
Maybe a bit of rain in the race. Always spices things up.
So the top 4 already separated by barely anything. Bodes well for Q3. Yeah, so very good stuff. Half attempt separating the top four, but arguably I'd say the biggest surprise is Prost down there in 12th in the Alfa Romeo, only just missing out on the top 10, but starting 12th. Fresh tyres though, which if he keeps out of trouble, Vettel, it could be all right going into the race.
Yeah, as I said earlier on in the stream, if Prost starts on mediums and it's a safety car at exactly when he needs it, he's golden. Because his championship rivals have committed to the soft tyre.
I don't have a word of fish sticks. I normally always speak to Prost if he gets eliminated. I feel like I'm picking on him a little bit, so see if fish sticks wants to join. There we go. Here we go. Do you want to ask the question, Vettel? Or should I?
You can go, Brundle.
Cool. Fish sticks, obviously, I guess not where you wanted to be in at the end of Q2 there in 15th, but obviously you're on fresh tyres. So obviously if you're able to pick your way through at the start, you could find yourself in a good position, especially if a safety car comes in. What's your thoughts? Did you expect to be down to 15th or didn't hook up?
After the spin on the first lap, I wasn't entirely sure what was going to happen, but you know, I was hoping to go through on mediums. Softs, I didn't really want to start on softs, so I'd probably leave them to the middle or the end, because they do sort of melt under a high fuel load. So, but no, yeah, I'm sure I'll try and keep out of trouble at the start and just sort of pick my way through, keep the penalties low, and see if I can jump some people.
Yeah, obviously you had a good result in USA last time out, 4th place I believe, in the end of that. So, and I believe you started well down in that, if I remember. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I was 9th, I think, but yeah, so mid-ish. But no, yeah, so it should be a relatively interesting race.
Yeah, dry race. I don't even know that yet.
Yeah, it's the F4 special.
Cool. Dry race. So, pretty much. What's your thoughts heading down to turn 1? Going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's the only downfall of being stuff like that is hopefully I don't have to try and avoid too much into turns 1, 2, and 3. But it isn't rough, yeah, so I might have to. Hopefully I don't have to use it, but it is a.
Oh, well, the 10-second time penalty if you cut it.
Maybe if you go wide?
Yeah? I've done it
before. Okay, I'm glad for that knowledge. Maybe I'll just break a bit early then.
Are you definitely committed to a 2-stop this race?
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought there would be much unless you go on the hards, and I really don't like the hards, so I think most people might be doing the 2-stop. It's just when you use the softs or which way you're going to do it, I think will be the main difference.
What are you aiming for starting for the 15th here?
Break into the top 10, have some fun with some people. I think that's the main thing for me today.
It's always the aim to have fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's what we're here for.
That is the main goal.
It's not to say explicitives to other people, is it? No, not at all. Even though we do that often. So, best of luck in the race, fish sticks. Maybe speak to you at the end.
Yeah, good luck.
Thanks.
Wow, nice lap from Duffel there. 14.7.
Is that the fastest of the evening so far?
Yeah, it is. Second quicker than Barry.
Yeah, I'm kind of expecting the lap times in to be like low 15s, high 14s, but yeah, definite early contender for pole position there. Not Primus, Duffel. So well done there. Last week's. Gonna go back on Eagle. Last week's pole position went to RSF1 Button, his first in the season. So can he repeat the feat this week, or is it going to be Any of the usual big hitters? Any of the championship contenders? Can somebody else throw a spanner in the works?
Well, Eagles did a nice Midland final sector. Not sure.
Oh, button's gone.
Oh. Oh, was that a crash? Oh, it is. It's in the.
It is. It's on the pit lane.
Oh,
14-5.
Wow. That is
14-5 from Eagle.
Yeah, very nice lap there from the Eagle. His middle sector did look very good, to be fair.
Oh, in the pit lane. In the pit lane wall. Is he gone too fast into the pit lane, I'm guessing?
Yeah, maybe picked a bit of understeer, maybe even a little bit of oversteer and corrected it. So it's hard to tell without an on-board, but it's most likely understeer from going a little bit too fast into the pit lane.
So Eagle and Duffel flexing their muscles.
Yeah, quite a big gap between those two and third and fourth.
Yeah, here comes Fordy though, who looks pretty good at the moment. 15-1 goes third. His teammate Vinny behind, who's looking quick, goes to 14-8.
Yeah, great lap from the Mercedes.
Third place. Well, Vinny looked quick at the NQ2, Vinny, so. Guys in the chat, is the stream okay? It's okay from my point of view. Can you hear both myself and Vettel? Just need to check that first before we go forward. Obviously we had an issue last night. It looks good on mine. Thank you, Demons.
Well, it's quieted down a bit. Only 2 drivers on track and there are out laps. Oh well, apart from Vinny and Body, but I imagine they'll be going into the pits and new set of soft tyres. They have any saved.
It did cloud over a bit the end of Q2, didn't it? It's kind of going away again.
Yeah, just hinting a little bit.
Teased.
Yeah, should be teasing people just before Christmas, in my opinion. But.
Right, on board with Toxic CW in the Renault, has been on pole position I think once or twice since his late arrival into the season.
Yeah,
later than the start, and he's backed out of his already. Alright then, on board with Primus.
Yeah, he didn't get the best run through that section. It can make or break a lap.
It's close to the curves, but not cutting over them, obviously.
You can do a little bit of cut over them, but it's normally half a tyre. They've really strictened up on that part of the tracks.
You know what, Vettel? Funnily enough, like 9 of my penalties were only half a tyre on Sunday, so.
Promise losing the rear end a little through the first of the many sections on this track. When you look at it, this circuit really is just a big S, isn't it?
Yeah, if you turn your head sideways slightly. Prost in the chat. So does Primus score for himself and Racing Point because there's already a second Racing Point driver? Well, we know Primus is a Racing Point driver, so he scores points for Racing Point. It's just he explained on the bug. I think what it is that Bradley Johnson was in first, picked a Racing Point, and then communication. So effectively, Bradley scores for AlphaTauri. That you just swap the two around, basically. Well, that's the way I see it, anyway.
Primus and nice lot there, 15-0.
Nice. So the only other problem I'm seeing now as well is that normally, Primus scores for himself and Racing Point. Yeah, I was going to say, Racing Point is what he drives for. The only thing I'm guessing might be a little bit tricky for Primus is normally, obviously, he would communicate with Duffel when he pits. I don't know whether you do that with your teammate.
No.
You know, pit strategy, so you don't double stack. So of course, that would normally be Dufferlump, but of course now he's got to communicate with Cornish.
He has got track
Which-
position on Cornish first, so...
Which you don't want to double stack Cornish as well, as CW is coming across the line. 14.8 goes to third, just ahead of Vinny. Wait, Barry's gone to second.
Alright.
14.6. Was that recently? I missed that completely.
Yeah, it must have been about 12 seconds ago. He was the second up on the lap.
He has just crossed the line, so...
Primus
Well,
will be
good
setting
enough from
another
Barry.
lap. Well, oh no, Primus is not going to be setting any more laps. That's his qualifying over.
Primus, not bad.
Yeah, well, 40 Old Mandy and Demons? Oh, doesn't matter. Old Mandy and 40 can still beat him though.
Vinny, is he improving on this lap, or is he... He's on full ERS, so it must be an attack lap. Couple more tenths. Much more bolder through the S section. That
Yeah.
did look pretty good.
Keeping flat through there. Yeah, 2 tenths up.
3 tenths up.
This could be a
Close to
tough
pole
pole.
though.
He said nail this
Slow
one.
it down.
Going
Slightly
there.
deep. Still might be alright though. Hug it to the right hand side. Shortest run.
Yeah.
Oi! Cost him a tiny bit, but he still goes to second. Ahead of Barry, because Barry's in the pits.
Yeah. E3 is, in my opinion, the place to start on this track. You get a nice slipstream down at turn 1 and maybe get a little look down the inside.
Eagle's a tenth and a half up on his already pole lap. Eagle is flying, and I've said that pun already this season multiple times.
Oh, he's invalid.
Oh no! No, he got too greedy. Ah, I know the feeling. It happens to me. Ah,
Here comes Duffel
is that gonna? He was a tenth and a half up.
on his flying lap. Can he beat?
Mm.
Oh, what's that? Is that Eagle retiring?
Yeah, in the pits. It's fine.
Duffel
Yeah, because he just finished. He'd entered the pit
a
lane.
little bit down in his time at the moment. Maybe finds a bit
All back.
through here. Yeah, very nice section. Using the short shift perfectly through there. Getting a minimal wheel spin as possible. Ah, there we go, yeah. Invalid.
Ah,
A bit greedy with the track
I mean
there.
Vinny's going to be on the front row. I think it is.
Yeah,
Unless...
that's it. Unless 40-year-old Mandy can deny him the opportunity.
Mm. In the end, Dufferlump ended up in ending up in fourth place potentially, at best.
Not the worst place to start. Yeah, it was
No.
14-2 if you mind while I do that.
40's done. As his old man to yet qualifying is it over? No, Vinny made the line.
Oh,
Oh no, he's out of
sure.
field. Never mind. Alright, so RSF1 Eagle takes pole position in the end
Pole
by
position.
half a tenth? Is that half a tenth? Half a tenth and a
not
bit to
quite.
Vinny.
Not 5 seconds.
Mm.
Barely.
Barry up there in
blink of an eye.
third. Yeah. Barry up there in third, Dufferlump fourth, Toxic fifth, Primus sixth. So all good so far. Button 10. Shame obviously about Button. We never saw what he could have done potentially.
No, unfortunately not. When you think about it though, in F1, 0.55 seconds is quite a bit, but in reality it's really small.
Less than the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
There we have it. RSF and Eagle pole position. I think that's like his fifth or sixth pole this season. Definitely a good qualifier in this division, but only just this time ahead of Vinny, second place in the Mercedes, Barry third in the Ferrari, Duffalump fourth in the Racing Point. So as you say, good place to start and a long run down to turn one. Toxic CW in the Renault fifth, Primus sixth in the AlphaTauri, subbing in for AlphaTauri, I guess. 47th in the Mercedes, Manzi 8th, UK Demons 9th, and Button in 10th place. I did send Neagle an invite, but obviously up to them whether they join. You might want to focus on the race ahead.
2 drivers were unable to start a lap.
Yeah. Alright. Race time. Last time in 2020 calendar year. Obviously not the last time this season. Obviously we have 2 more tracks to go to. 2 more weeks of racing to finish up season 3. And regardless of what happens tonight, Vettel, obviously we don't know who will be champion on the end of January in this division yet. But what do you think? What do you think Duffalum's going to feel at the moment? He has the 26-point lead, as you say, as we said earlier. Race victory and the fastest lap from either Prost or Egon. He still has the lead. Do you think he's going to race differently, or he's just going to drive as he normally does?
Well, his nearest championship rival is RS Prost, who is starting down in 12th. So maybe keeping it as clean as possible is the best way to go about it, but Duffalump has the pace to take this race win.
I think I remember. I don't know if you remember the last race in real life, 2007, in which Hamilton or Alonso could have won it, but Raikkonen won it in the end, even though he was the outsider.
Yeah, we could end up something like that in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, now, I remember when, because in the race, at the start, Hamilton dropped to 4th, and it was like, everyone else who was around him was like, watching was like, he could still win the title, but he was like, he went for 3rd because he's a racer and he wants to go for it, when reality was, could have easily held on to 4th and would have been fine. Obviously he had that gearbox failure, etc., but still, race as you normally would. But I think it's almost natural or human to have maybe one eye on the Alfa Romeos to see what they're doing.
Realistically, all what needs to do is just keep ahead of them.
Yeah. Guys in the chat saying wish we weren't on a break. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If we weren't on a break, and I was one of the people who voted, because it was put to a vote, as we are a democratic league, whether we have a break or not. And I was one of the ones that said I want a break because there's one very easy reason. Because next week on Thursday is obviously Christmas Eve, and then the week after that is New Year's Eve. I am not streaming professionally anyway on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So I like it. I like the break. I think we do need a break. Sometimes it gets, even though I enjoy it, it does get sometimes a bit too much, I guess.
I mean, having a break from anything is normally, it's good for you. Puts you back into the mindset when you do come back.
Why are we stalling? We're stalling. Why are we stalling? Because everyone's been well behaved and no one's readying up, but this feels like a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to promote such things on stream, but I know exactly what I'm doing Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, I will not be in the professional mindset. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, me neither.
Uh,
It's time for family Christmas Eve.
a well-deserved beverage is required. Might have one tomorrow, actually. Thinking about it. Actually, no, I can't. I can't yet because the Christmas delivery hasn't arrived for all the alcohol.
We already stocked up.
21 viewers are spiking up. Who is host? Vinny's host, isn't he?
I believe so.
Grady Vinny's host. Ready up. I don't want to stall anymore. What drink do you have, Brandon? A whiskey, man. What drink do I have? What drink is arriving? I can't even remember. You do know there's shops. I do know there's shops. I do know there's shops, Jake. Where you can get, yeah. I know that. But you know, also, etc. what is around at the moment. I can't, you know, even though I have worked a couple of times, etc. But I, you know, technically have to, so. Unnecessary journeys. It's an unnecessary item.
Hey,
even though I'm getting it delivered. There we go, Vinny. What kind of drink am I at? Normally, if I have something stronger than beer, because I drink beer, is Jack Daniels.
Yeah, Jack Daniels is nice. I prefer Amaro though.
Wear your mask and I'll be alright. Yes, I do that anyway, but still.
Not on stream.
No, obviously not. Can't transmit it over the stream. Right, here we go. Yeah, here we go. So, 17 drivers. Take us through the grid, please, Vettel.
Right, okay then. In P17 is Cooper Benz in his Williams. 16th is Bradley Johnson in his Racing Point. 15th is Fish Steaks in his Red Bull. 14th is Toxic MW in his Scuderia Ferrari. 13th is Kazi Babes X in the Hayes. 12th is RS Cross in the Alfa Romeo. 11th is XRL Corniche in his Alpha Tauri. 11th is RSF1 Bhutan in the Hayes, not the Hayes, the McLaren. 9th is UK Demons in the Red Bull. 8th is Old Man Z31 in the Renault. 7th is 402104 in the Mercedes. 6th is Primus Gaming in the Alpha Tauri. 5th is Toxic CW in the Renault. 4th is Dude for Lump 26 in the Sport Praiser Racing Point. 3rd is Barry 23 in the Ferrari. 2nd is Graded Vinny in the Mercedes. And P1 is RSF1 Eagle 78 in the Alfa Romeo.
What was that accent?
Which one?
Was that the little accent? Yeah, which
the total Wolf
multiple
one?
ones. Multiple ones.
Yeah, I tried
Sounded
it
kind of Russian. It sounded kind of Russian more than German. I know you were going for German, it came out Russian.
It's supposed to be
For
Austrian.
me, anyway. Is it?
Yeah.
What is that? I must ask viewers in the chat, what is that angle on board a video? Jesus Christ. What are these angles? Give me a good one. Anyway, we're waiting. And we are set to go, I think. Yes, we are.
One light.
Yes, we are. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights for the last time in 2020. Let's go!
Oh,
Lights out
Duffman
of
with
the way
a
we
good start
go.
there. Looking to get by
Very
graded
good.
Vinny already.
Yeah, it's a good start from Eagle though. I think he's got a little bit on the field. Give me a good camera angle please so we can see how many wide we are. We are 6 wide by the looks of it in the midfield. but it's the racing point in between the two Mercedes, but it's the second Mercedes of Vinny. Oh, it's a little bit of a tap on board of Duffel. He's right in the middle of it. Toxic CW's got by him in the meantime. Eagle is away. Yeah, very good stuff from Toxic. He's already up 2 positions, as is 40. And we've all got through relatively cleanly, I think, actually, from F4. So very nicely got all bunched up in the midfield. Prost still in 12th.
A ripple falling down, going down the inside of the Hayes, but missing out slightly.
But all in all, I do not see anybody that's spun around at the back. So we've had a good start. Barry's gone down 5 positions from the beginning. There's a AlphaTauri way up on the outside. That was Mercedes way up on the inside. That's Primus has got by 40 into 5th place. So he gets up behind his teammate. I know it's confusing, different cars and all, but good start from Primus. But what a start from Eagle. Already a second ahead of Vinny as the timing pages now go kaput. But no one in the pits, Vettel. A very good start from F4.
Yeah, it's what we like to be seeing. We don't want to be picking up front wings immediately.
No, I'll let the timing pages sort itself out before we see the position gains, but a few big hitters there at the start.
There we go, it's corrected. No, it's gone even worse.
No, just give it a bit. I think everyone's got to get through the first sector and then it sorts itself out.
Right, that looks about right.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good.
8 tenths
so, kind of
between the lead and the P2.
Kind of all line astern, really, to be honest. No major gains at the moment. All kind of sorting themselves out in the DRS train. The top 4 seem to have a bit of a gap ahead of Primus in 5th. Although saying that, it's going right back up again.
Yeah, Duffel a big error through turn 16. This is going to allow Primus
second
to...
lap. Oh, Cornish! That is a harsh corner cut, but jeez. He was on the inside of the...
Primus not using the DRS.
Holding back.
I suppose he's trying to help his teammate out.
Meanwhile, Cornish has had a go at Barry. Remember, Cornish on the medium tyres. He was quite quick on them as well, and has gone by Barry, who's on the softs.
Yeah,
he's already picked up his first time penalty.
Realistically need to be getting by these guys on the softs. So obviously the undercut.
Well, the softs won't start dropping off until about lap 9 or 10 though, will they?
Depends how harsh you are on them really, and what sort of suspension settings you're running on your car. Which, unfortunately, is impossible for us to know. But Cornish is getting massively old-manzy.
Yeah, might be having a look at him, possibly. Nothing up at the moment. 1.8 seconds behind the front 3. Didn't pick up any damage. Just doesn't seem at this early stage, although it's very early stage, to be keeping up with these front 3. I mean, Primus is closer to him than he's closest to CW at the moment.
Yeah, Primus is using the DRS now. I can't imagine the Primus will be going for any silly moves on his teammate. Because they have a driver's championship to win.
Buttons had a big lunge on the inside of MW and has taken 10th place.
No. Kazbiev has got right back ahead.
Oh. No, it was a button in MW I was looking at.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, good start from Cornish. Getting involved with the guys ahead of him.
Yeah, Cornish is using a lot of the track limits though. The FIA are recently very strict in this game with track limits.
Yeah, Duff has now fallen 2.3 seconds behind these 3.
Well, a lot of people magicking up penalties right there.
He's not using as much ERS as the two ahead of him, so it could be that.
Cornish looking for. Doesn't allow him to get the move done. Doesn't have the straight line speed over old Manzi.
Manzi might have a look on 40 though ahead.
Choosing not
close
to.
enough. Oh no!
Oh,
Cornish! No!
That's damage for the AlphaTauri.
Just got caught out by the fact that Manzi had to brake early to not hit the back of 40, and then in doing so he hit him.
Yeah, but Barry's going down inside of Manzi. Oh no, Manzi holding it.
Yeah, Barry kind of backed out of a free wide situation there, so kind of a wise thing to do. That's a shame for Cornish, getting that slight wind damage, that's going to hurt him massively.
Especially through this sector. Wouldn't surprise me to see old Manzi going to the back of Cornish.
Bradley Johnson has stopped at the rear of the field. He's now half a minute behind everyone else. As old Manzi has got by Cornish. Yeah, Cornish already struggled with that wing damage. The problem is, Vettel, when you got wing damage and you are mediums, that's a big disadvantage now, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, doing the right thing and pitting. But so's 40. Bit of a strange one there.
40 didn't get wing damage, did he?
No.
No, he didn't. Change of strap.
Yeah, quite a few people are in the pits. Oh, well, obviously, I don't know.
CW's got a move on Vinny inside of turn 4 and take second place away from Vinny in the Mercedes.
But
so
can Vinny come back? No.
Can CW now start catching Eagle, because Eagle's nearly 3 seconds up the road? Yeah, he's already pulling on him. So it looks like he's been unleashed to try and catch the leader.
Yeah, Eagles missed a comfortable gap at the moment of 2.8 seconds, which is quite a lot. And obviously, CW is going to have Grady Vinny going back at him on the main straight. If he can stay within that 1 second window, which he just is, getting a much better exit actually than Toxic. Going down at turn 1. There's quite a big difference in straight line speed between the cars.
Oh, he's already defending. Well, look. They do need to kind of sort each other out, as Barry's just taken all Manzi running outside of turn 1. They do need to sort themselves out, I feel, Vettel, because if they continue fighting, it's going to give the gap to Eagle now. It's over 3 seconds.
Yeah, Eagle can afford a time penalty right now.
Frost is kind of the middle of a midfield train here in 11th place. Doing okay on the medium tyres, sticking with where he needs to be. Obviously, you'd want to be higher than this, but as it stands, doing okay just to keep out of trouble.
Yeah, just doing what he needs to at the moment. That's probably the most important thing.
Yeah, I think the thing is, if he rushes forward too quickly, the danger is he gets wing damage, and then it could end up going worse. So he's just actually biding his time. I know Prost this season. He's been in this position before. Remember Belgium? He qualified in 17th and still finished 6th in the race. So he's very capable of coming back. Although he has said these last 3 races aren't his strongest. So
yeah, Mexico's a bit of a love-hate track. You're either good at it or you're not.
I'm good at it. I just don't like track limits, as you know. So
yeah. I do think it was a bit of an unnecessary change to make the track limits even worse, but well, gotta put up with it now. I dread to think
at least you know
what next game's one's gonna be like.
But the thing is with this game, at least you know what you're dealing with. They're consistent. More consistent than last game, I feel, anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've had warnings from riding over the curb, which isn't exceeding track limits, but apparently is, so, you know. It's hard to get them 100% consistent, but as long as they're handing out penalties for clear extending the track, I'm not that bothered.
Primus, no, speeding in the pit lane. 5-second time penalty for Primus.
Yeah.
Which they're not going to serve. He's going to serve at his next pit stop.
Yeah, especially as a safety car, that will harm him a lot.
He comes out on 12th on a fresh set of tyres. Toxic. Ooh.
So he's getting a big bit of wheel spin there to allow him Button to go around the outside, but Button chooses not to make the move. Oh, Prost goes into the back of Kazi Babes, but no damage at all, so... Oh, wow, Button's struggling a lot.
Side by side. As his car is jumping at turns, making it slightly difficult for the cars around him. As Cooper Benz was sticking his nose in on the inside of Prost there.
Yeah, Button probably will be boxing this lap. He's struggling a lot on these soft tyres. I do think that DRS straight's a little pointless, but... Oh well.
Leaders in the pits.
Eagle?
Front
four.
four.
All of them are.
Front four all pit. So Barry and Toxic stay out to make a Ferrari 1-2 at the moment.
Yeah, they will be banking on the safety car, obviously. Having said that, though, one is on softs and one is on the medium tyre.
Oh, interesting. Primus, pitting early, undercut his teammate.
Eesh.
Primus is ahead of Duffer.
Interesting to see if they switch there.
And that shows actually. Apparently Kazi's lagging. I've seen him jump a bit, but not massively.
He's lagging at all for me.
I've seen him jump on the odd occasion, which is annoying really because you don't know when it's going to happen, I guess. But if you ride on board with Prost for a bit, it's every now and I've seen way worse. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's there.
Same.
I mean, I can see it. It's not helping Prost really because he's now under pressure on Cooper Benz right behind.
Pit window is open for the 2 stop.
Barry's in.
Yeah, you feel Barry has to really box this lap. He will be maybe in the cut by 40. Yeah, come on, high 40.
Undercut is very strong.
Oh, and old Mansley.
Oof. Yeah, undercut is very, very powerful around here.
Yeah, not as powerful as Singapore though. The undercut around there is ridiculously good.
So, with the guys that pitted, interestingly, you got Toxic, CW, and Vinny deciding to go on the soft straight away. All the rest going on to mediums. So, really, Toxic needs to catch and pass Eagle if he has any hope of beating him, to be honest, as Bradley, I think, at the back has had a bit of a spin.
Doesn't look it.
I think he had enough, though, yellow flag. Can you ride on board with Prost behind Kazi at the moment? You judge it for me.
Right, okay.
How bad it is. I mean, I've spectated for a lap or so. I've seen worse, but that's just my view. Obviously, if it's too bad, we're gonna have to ask him to leave. But I've seen way worse.
It's not affecting Prost's move. Oh, Kazi.
Oh, Kazi sticking his nose in still. No, Prost has got it.
Yeah,
Back in the Cooper Benz run.
Important.
Here
No,
comes
I don't
Coops.
think it's that bad, to be honest.
Yeah. As I said, I'm sure you've seen worse as well, where the cars literally jump in the back about 20 feet.
Yeah, it's pretty much every 5 lap of lobby.
Well, Coops and Prost have moved by him, and so they carry on. So Eagle's now going to be up behind Kazi, and the problem he's got is he's got a rapidly approaching Renault on soft tyres, closing him down.
Yeah, RS Prost 3-second tyre penalty, the first one of the race. I'm just looking at the steering wheel of the Ferrari. I've never actually noticed this before, but it's got the DRS label in the K2 mode, which is the Ferrari's extra power setting, and I'm a little confused how you're supposed to get tyre phase from the shifter lights, but okay.
Coops has made a move past Prost. Eagle has got by Kazi. Toxic will be looking to do the same here because he needs to stick with the Alfa Romeo. Might get a good run out of it. Oh, lovely switchback. Oh, very nice. Had to back out of it there, I guess, because Kazi's car jumped a bit.
Yeah, quite lucky that Kazi's car did jump to the left a bit there, because I think there would have been a bit of contact between them. It's not often a bit of lag helps somebody out.
Lump's moved by Fishsticks, who's yet to pit, so Fishsticks is jumping down a bit. Yeah, I kind of see... Oh, here we go. Teammates are now at it. Eagle behind Prost. Prost letting Eagle through, or trying to. Oh, no! That's gone. Oh, Toxic's trying to stick it in there.
Ooh,
oh, contact!
Damage.
Oh!
Ooh.
No!
Oh, Prost has been...
Prost is sideways. Yeah.
I don't think that's
this is all getting a bit messy.
Run a team. Yeah, it's leaving Prost exposed to Vinny now, who will should quite comfortably make the move into turn 1. Prost on the defensive.
Toxic's got by Eagle as well. That all got a bit messy there, because what Prost was trying to do, he was trying to let through Eagle but not let through Toxic CW at the same time, and the problem is, well, not a problem, because CW did exactly what he had to do in that situation, was get as close as you can to make it as difficult. And it didn't really work out, did it, for the Romeo team there?
No, it didn't. Both of them cost each other quite a bit of time there, but... Oh, Cornish time penalty again.
How many has he got? 12. He's at the back of the grid. He's gone on hard tyres.
Oh, double lump, 3-second time penalty.
Now Vinny's climbing all over the back of Prost. Prost is now struggling on those tyres he started on.
Yeah, Vinny on the softs. Obviously a much quicker tyre, but it does burn out a little quicker, and I think they tend to overheat a little more, but that's just my view.
Prost is in.
Yeah, Prost will be two-stopping, most likely soft to soft now. Whereas Vinny has to use mediums at the end, so maybe we see Prost making some moves at the end.
Duffelump eases by his teammate, quotation marks. It is his teammate, you know, but confusing. Primus didn't really put up much of a fight, but I guess you don't expect to, as MW has been passed by CW. So CW's now got a car in between himself and Eagle. Still needs to pull over a gap though. He's not really gapping Eagle that much.
No, he's not all, is he? Only 3 seconds, which I imagine Eagle will quite quickly gain when they go on the soft tyre.
See if he can get by. All unless we have a safety car, because Bradley Johnson has DNF.
This helps out Peter Benz massively.
Oh,
He will be diving into the pits, I imagine.
What are people going to do at this point?
Well, MW
Hards to the end? Question mark.
No.
Fish sticks. You're saying no to hards?
Nah, they're not good enough. But this
Right,
does
so who's
help
going to pit?
out
Toxic stays out.
Coop and MW. Oh,
Yeah.
Vinny pitting.
Vinny goes in. Vinny goes in. As does Primus. Hards for Vinny. Primus had to serve his 5-second pit stop, or penalty. So at least he gets that out of the way. Button stays out. Moves himself up to 6th. Yeah, Primus hard tyres. So a couple are trying it. Manzi 40 as well. Ooh, this has changed this race all of a sudden, hasn't it?
Yeah. Safety car's a very powerful thing on this game, unfortunately.
Mm.
And this track normally does a bit of chaos after the safety car restart because it's just a big train down at the turn 1.
So I tell you who has gained massively out of this, and that's Cooper Benz.
Well,
In a net
yeah,
fifth
pretty
now.
obviously.
In the net 5th now. That's worked out hugely for him. So
Yeah, it's helped out MW as well.
So who pitted? Technically helped out Prost as well, because I think if he pitted normally, he would have dropped well outside the top 10. He's now in the top 10 and on softs as well. Fresh softs. Who else pitted? Button didn't pit because there was no point. He now gains strap position up to 6th again. Does interest me, Vettel. Vinny, Primus, Manzi and 40 on hards. They obviously are hoping to go to the end.
Yeah, it might turn out to be not a bad strategy, you know, because a lot of these guys are going to have to pit again. And then they've got to get that 26-second gap down, which is the average pit stop lost.
I can't remember who done it earlier this week. What stream did I do? Oh, was it S03 I did?
It was Monday, wasn't it?
Yes, it was S03. It was S03 I did. And I can't remember who did it. Ferrari, I think? Chat, help me out. Jake or Toto. Who was the Ferrari in F3 that went on hards and tried to go to the end, and everyone else was on softs and mediums? Because he actually ended up doing pretty well on that strategy, because he was able to stay with everyone in the softs and the mediums. And that's what I'm saying with Vinny. Evo. That's what it was. So if Vinny and Primus can get those hard tyres to work, say in these opening laps, and stay within, say, what are we saying, 20 seconds for a pit stop?
It's around about 22 seconds loss.
Say if they stay within 5 seconds, say, of the guys that need to pit again, they could be in the money, and all they would need to do is just hold the others off.
Safety car is in this lap.
Fascinating stuff.
Has the grid all bunched up? Yeah. This could be chaos in the turn 1, all I'm going to say.
Yeah. And you can have 2 championship contenders, Eagle and Duffer, right next to each other. Toxic CW though, leading this race. I'm guessing as well, does it really help Toxic, this safety car? But we're underway, and Eagle got a massive slide out of turn 1. Toxic's already defending. Kazi and Prost have had a collision there.
Yeah,
Prost is in the pits. Prost is they obviously hit as they went underway.
Is that a wing change?
Fishsticks is in there as well.
Yeah, it's a wing change for Prost.
Oh, that's not what he wanted.
No,
not at all.
Button losing a place to MW, who tries to go around the outside.
Trying to get Coops as well. Button not very good under this restart. It's going to have Kazi on the inside of him for turn 4. Yeah, Button getting shuffled down a bit there. Underway. Oh, MW, don't. Oh, inside of... It made it work.
Yeah.
Move from MW, cut the corner
Nice
though.
move.
Cut the corner though, doing it.
Yeah, 3 seconds to replace. Probably not worth it.
Bold move, very bold. Oh, what is going on there? Button and Kazi.
Oh, there's one
Like,
spot.
oh, Kazi's left. Kazi left the session. He's lagged out, and it's now causing chaos back here.
UK demons. Oh,
Be careful. Oh, Primus pushed the AI card. It bounced back on in front of a load of cars there. Old Manzi got caught up. It's really unfortunate.
There's a damage to Manzi, yeah.
Yeah.
Fell back to Kazi though. It's a lot of damage. Oh, 3 wide
Oops,
and
and,
one.
Oops and MW just flown by Barry. Oh, what is going on back here? Fistics. Oh, Cornish sideways. And Cross has called it a day.
Yeah, it's frustrating picking up damage like that.
Yeah, he's called it an evening, obviously. And that is a big, big disappointment for his championship charge.
Yeah, sure.
He now really needs to hope. Now needs to hope that Eagle and Duffer have a calamity from now on.
Yeah.
Which the top 5 are still really close.
Yeah, they are. Surprisingly. I would have thought CW might have got a bit further up, but yellow flag sector 1. Not sure where that is, but might be Prost's car actually.
Prost AI car, yeah. DRS is enabled, not yet. They'll be able to get it past turn 2. Cornish with another time penalty. Cornish is on 15 seconds.
Demons speeding in the pit lane.
Old Mandy in the pit as well.
Prost's AI drove all the way down there to retire. Interesting.
Ooh. MW is having a look. See, the thing is, for MW and Cooper Benz, there are much fresher soft tyres. Only 3 laps. They pitted under the safety car, so they're looking to move forward here. And the thing for CW Vettel is that safety car stopped him getting a gap ahead of Eagle and Duffer.
Yeah, CW is at quite the disadvantage at the moment.
Ooh, it goes to Ferrari.
Down the inside of Duffer.
Even though Duffer had DRS as well. Blown past the inside.
Yeah, it's not worth Duffer defending that. He has a championship to think of, and his main rival is out of the race, picking up any form of points.
Well, you say main rival. Eagle was only 2 points behind Prost going into this.
Oh, really?
And Eagle's ahead of him. Yeah, and Eagle's ahead of him. And Cooper Benz has just gone by Duffer as well. How long do mediums go? About 14-ish? 13, 14?
Depends how long you want to stretch them. You can get 18 out of them if you're good in your tyres, because you can obviously get 12 out of the soft. So, hards are obviously the longest lasting. Oh, MW with a lovely move down the inside of RSF1 Eagle.
Oh, god damn it, I missed that.
Quite a way back.
I missed that as well. I was looking at the guys on hards at the moment. Still got Vinny leading that just ahead of Primus, and they're under 7. It's 6.7 seconds to the leader, so they're staying well within pit stop range at the moment.
Yeah, MW is flying at the moment. All over the rear. Move. Yeah, it's definitely a move down into turn 1.
CW's in.
Yeah, he had to there.
I would say, depending how much of a gap CW comes out behind Vinny, and he's on mediums as well, as Coops is past Eagle, so the guys on softs have now moved past, and they'll be going a few more laps.
Yeah, maybe if they start on mediums, they'd have to go on hards. Yeah, well, if they started on hards, they could have gone on mediums till the end, and then they probably would have won the race.
Primus, meantime, has made a move past Vinny inside of turn 4. and is now the lead runner on the hard tyres.
Yeah, Primus is only around about 5.5 seconds away from the lead. Be a race-winning opportunity there.
And look where Toxic's come out.
Well, as I say that, Primus picks up the
time
three.
penalty.
Yeah.
It's on 6 seconds. Toxic is... That's over 10 seconds away from these two. There's the penalties camo. Those that want it. Eagle and Fish Sticks, the only one have yet to have a penalty. Cornish is the most on 15, then you got Barry on 11, and you got 6s and 3s. And a 5 from Demons, obviously speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah. Primus got no ERS though. 3% down the main straight.
Used it all to get by Vinny.
Yeah, good. Fight him later in the race. Maybe should try my tactic of applying the brake a little bit through the corner with the accelerator. Gain a bit extra percentages.
Gaps up to 8 seconds, but the problem is now that Goops has caught up to the back of MW, is now hampering him. I feel, as CW's got by Fish Sticks, I feel Vettel, the only two people that could possibly... I feel like Primus and Vinny could score big here.
Yeah, they really can.
Don't know whether it would be the win. I feel the two that could challenge him for the win is Eagle and Duffer, because they will go on softs, wouldn't they? And they'll be flying at the end of this race. I don't think these two will have a gap once they pit, and they'll be on mediums, so they won't be catching as fast.
Yeah, but Duffer and Eagle are in the same DRS window, so they could cost each other time scrapping over a place.
Yeah.
Or even collide.
Yeah, they're scrapping now at the moment. Duffer half a second behind.
I mean, there's 12 laps left of this race. Duffer is on the medium and Eagle is as well, so it's a who blinks first at the moment, because the soft tyres can go at the end now, maybe stretched out to about lap 26. And then blast it home on the softs.
Cornish and Vinny going side by side through turn 5 and 6. I think there was contact there. Hampered Vinny. Primus is getting away from Vinny at the moment, and they are still at 8.3 ahead of Toxic, who has already pitted. Primus, you don't want to be picking up penalties like that though. Vinny's only on 3 seconds.
No. Primus really needs to stop extending those track limits.
Here comes Coops. Cooper bends. He's got a good run using DRS and overtake. NW defending on the inside. I don't think he has anything really.
It's quite an easy move from
There he goes.
Cooper bends.
Cornish and Vinny still battling down into turn 1. Cornish a lot closer this time and makes the move into 8th place.
When did Cornish box?
He's been on those 8 laps.
So we'll definitely have to pit again then.
Could try it if he's good on his tyres.
9 laps of mediums is a lot though, I suppose.
That would be 19, yeah. Definitely needs to undercut, according to Jake Moore. Probably does. Seems to be stuck behind Eagle here. Eagle's got very low ERS, so he's there for the taking, possibly. What's the gap to leader now? The problem for Primus is now the gap to leader is 11 seconds. He's losing the advantage he has as Eagle pits. And MW is pitted as well. Softs.
Yeah, I did think they would go on the soft tyre. Now it's all about Duffer or Ben. Oh, no. Eagle pitted, not Duffer. But they're going to try and get by 40 graded Vinny Then
CW.
Cornish trying to go down the inside of Primus there. There was absolutely no room for that.
Oh,
Not going to
already
send it.
desperate to go on the move. Right, so Eagle, Toxic, they both come up behind CW. CW is the leader of the chasing pack, I guess. Because at the moment, the net leader is Primus once the top 3 pit. Although he's been hounded by Cornish, who picks up another penalty for his troubles. Now he's now on 24, and he's got a big run. I think Primus has maybe let him go.
Whoa, that was a big
Like,
bit of movement
have
under
it.
the brakes there.
Cooper Ben's pits, Dufferlump pits, Barry's in the pits. So this is now the lead battle. Primus gonna have a go back. He doesn't necessarily have to. Cornish does have to pit again, we assume. He's going again.
Got no ERS though, Primus. Used it all.
He's out of battery. He's out of battery. Right. So those that needed to pit have now all pitted. Cooper Benz comes out ahead of Eagle. Eagle's in 8th, and Dufferlump's 9th at the moment. And they got a whole horde of traffic ahead of them. So I don't think it's worked out for the championship contenders.
Yeah. I imagine Toxic MW and CW will be won't race each other too hard.
Oh yeah.
Any time penalty. Just watching Cornish.
Yeah, Cornish is 24 seconds. Even if he stays there, and if he does get to the end, those penalties are going to drop him down.
Ah, Cornish is in
Cody's in AI.
Kvyat's car.
Oh, what was... No! Cordy in AI car for some reason. Came out of it the wrong time. And now this is all got a bit messy here. Although Cooper Benz, all 3 of them hurtling down to turn 1. Here Alpha Towers are back at it again. MW just does a double move. Cooper Benz is doubly moving on the Renault and Mercedes as well. What? Jeez.
It's the battle of the slipstream.
So MW just double moved CW and 40, and then Cooper Benz just does the same. So 40's gone from 4th to 7th in one corner. Dufferlump's left the session. Can you get it back in?
We
please?
can, yeah.
Yeah. Right, so MW's now the fastest or person leading the chasing pack, all those on softs. Those that have pitted. So he has Vinny ahead of him, and then 3 seconds up the road is Primus, and we've got 8 laps to go. Oh, better contact the Mercedes ahead though. This is Vinny struggling. Oh, and again, just tapping him. He's almost pushing him around the last corner.
Yeah, not what you want to be doing with your Ferrari.
Here comes Cooper Benz. MW lost momentum. Even though he has DRS, Cooper Benz is watching. MW looking on the inside though.
Locking up heavily
Makes a
there.
move. Oh.
Cooper Benz having to lift off the throttle there with Vinny.
MW's through though, into 3rd.
Yeah, Primus will be looking at those mirrors.
I think MW is on it for the win.
Yeah,
I feel like these softs will be far too quick.
Cornish does have to pit again, unless somehow he can
Unless he can make it on there.
Must have pressed the wrong button.
Here we go. Cooper Benz has just got by Vinny for 4th place, so the guys in soft still moving forward. Oh, that disconnect for Duffer. That's 2 weeks in a row for Duffer. Not getting the luck not at the wrong time, but the good thing is Eagle's only getting 4 points. Although saying that, it's just got by 40 for 7th. Duffer's back in, that's good. 6 laps to try and gain something. Does he have penalties ahead? Yeah, he does. So he can still gain something, but Eagle's in a good position with no penalties at the moment.
Yeah, he might even get on the podium here. Because we know Primus has got quite a few.
Primus has got 9.
That would
6,
put him behind Eagle then.
Yeah, NW's got 6. Cooper Ben's 3. Vinny.
Oh well.
MW's now got 9. So he's equal with Primus, but he's catching hand over fist on those soft tyres. Hornets will drop anyway, as CW's got by Vinny. Yep, into 5th place again. NW can now see them.
How many seconds has Cooper Ben's got?
He's only on a 3. So in fact...
Oh,
Duffer's gone!
Out.
He just returned the
PS2.
safety car. Oh, if that was a full safety car. Oh, Dufferlump, no. 2 races in a row. No points. For championship leader.
Are we going to see anyone on box? No, probably not.
Maybe he retook his car and then it just understeered into the wall.
Maybe.
Ah.
There's a couple of glitches with tyre temperatures though.
Oh, yeah, that is such a shame for Dufferlump. As I said though, Eagle hopefully won't gain too many points. It's not good for Racing Point though.
No, definitely not. Will they be getting the points of Primus or?
Yeah, they would, yeah. We already established that. This Cornish being ahead of Primus, even though...
Oh, toxic
MW!
Drive-through penalty.
Drive-through! And he has to take it within 3 laps. That's put him out the race win. Oh, it's too greedy with it. Cornish is in. Primus takes the lead. Primus takes the lead, and NW being in pit shortly. This puts Cooper Benz in a potential win here from 17th.
Yeah, he's got the gap on RSF1 Eagle, 3.6 seconds at the moment.
Yeah.
Needs to clear these 2.
Win potentially from 17th on the grid.
Yeah, last.
Jesus.
That'd be some race that.
Has he won a race yet? No. He's yet to win a race since joining RSF1 in, I think around, where was it? Before Belgium. I think it was around Canada time.
Yeah, he needs
Before
top 6
France.
DW to hold up Eagle for as long as possible. Obviously, no,
Eagle over as well.
As the
Eagle's flying.
so.
NW's just lunged by Primus. I missed that.
Yeah.
NW being the pits anyway. Does it look a big lunge?
No, NW will not be going into the pits just yet.
It's got 3 laps to serve it.
Yeah, here comes Cooper Benz on Primus.
Primus is using ERS, but he doesn't have anything. Cooper Benz might have a look at NW as well, potentially. Oh, he thought about it. Right. Let's have a look at this. 40 has a drive through as well.
Benz nearly spun it there.
Oh, big slide.
Yeah,
No.
losing the place to Primus. Gap is under 3 seconds now.
This is all giving it to Eagle at the moment.
Yeah, he really could not have used that slide because now he's behind Primus, who is a lot slower than him at the moment.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's the win out the window for Benz.
Cornish, by the way, is 1 corner cut away from a disqualification. I know because he's on 27. And it was 30 for me. Vinny as well. Yeah, this is all falling into Eagle's hands now. Because Cooper Benz has been held up by these two in front of him.
It's going to take
9 seconds.
Hold up, is
So
it?
MW's out. I mean, it's clouding over, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, there's two.
MW's in.
It's all MW.
MW. And here comes Coops.
Yeah.
Surely Primus has got nothing.
Yeah, nothing to defend with and no tyres.
No.
Yeah, the Williams leaving the Alpha Tauri in the dust.
Where does this drop? MW to 7th.
8th.
No, 8th.
9th.
Just in between NW and Cornish. Cornish sets the fastest lap of the race. Meantime.
Just casually. Oh, when you get to the
penalty.
Oh, I got it.
Bye, Cornish. We should be, yep. Too many. 30 seconds. Out you go, Sunshine.
Yeah, we've been at the points anyway.
Right. So, Cooper Benz is on 2.9 seconds ahead of Eagle.
No, it's 3. It's 3.
Now it's 3? Yeah, it's 3.1. Now that he's got ahead of Primus and then MW can now put the foot down.
And
Eagle's got CW all over the back of him because he's caught Primus. Just trying to think where Primus is going to end up. Is he going to end up 4th? Yeah, 4th potentially.
Maybe, yeah, which won't be a bad result there.
Not at all. Because he's got Vinny, Button, Barry and MW ahead of him on penalties. It's huge for Racing Point because...
Yeah, it'll be even bigger for Williams there.
Oh yeah, of course, 25 points potentially.
What a race though.
Lap and a half to go.
Oh, we're talking like he's won it. It's a 4
Still
second
got a
gap
lap and a
now.
half. Lap and a half. Button and Vinny. Button contact. Button moves into 5th.
Yeah, these tyres
Doesn't have penalties on Vinny, no.
Not fantastic, are they?
Tell you what, CW is now putting Eagle under pressure because Eagle's tried to get past Primus. Primus is fending them off.
Yeah, it looks to me Eagle does not have the straight line speed. Very dark now.
Primus, no! Not now! You got 4th, but not if you get one more penalty. On 12 seconds now.
Well, at least it's not 30.
Yeah, I know. Right, last lap. Cooper Benz has one more lap to negotiate.
Oh, right, oh, Kai's has been lapped, I wondered why.
Eagles all over the back of Primus. He doesn't need to... He's having a look. He doesn't need to overtake Primus at all. He doesn't even need to let... No, it doesn't matter if CW gets by him. He can let CW go through. Ooh. Close.
Oh no!
Cooper Benz, no!
It should keep him.
It's
first
okay.
there.
It's okay. Primus is holding back Eagle enough, so I think Cooper Benz is going to do it despite a late penalty. He's in the stadium section now from 17th, the very back of the grid. What a drive from Cooper Benz, which I think he's going to do it. Primus and Eagle going at it side by side. Meantime, Eagle's trying to get the cut back. Oh, he spun it! No!
Oh.
He's round! Eagle's round! Drama late on.
Is this gonna give?
Does he? Oh, he goes back to second, but that... Oh, I mean, the result ended up the same, but that is not... That got very messy, that last corner.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit of a steward's penalty there.
Primus ended up 4th in the end anyway. CW 3rd.
Alan
Cooper Benz though.
to the party.
Cooper Benz though from 17th to 1st. I mean,
Yeah,
we're still gonna have the vote.
drive.
We're still gonna have the vote driver of the day, but if he doesn't get it, there's something wrong.
Yeah,
There's
very
something
much.
very wrong if you don't get it. What a way to get your first win. And I've been saying actually the last few weeks he's been having a rough time. Even in qualifying, you think, oh, here we go again.
It's Toxic CW, not MW, right?
Yeah.
Right, good.
Lovely. Here we are.
Who was it actually hit there? I don't know if it was Brian or...
Right, so there are your results. Cooper Benz with the victory. Eagle 2nd. Toxic CW in 3rd place. Primus in 4th place. Vinny in 5th in the Mercedes. Button up to 6th from 10th is a good result. Fishsticks as well from 15th to 7th. Barry in 8th. Toxic MW 9th. 4D 10th. And then outside the top 10 in the points, UK Demons, Old Mandy, Kazibe, Duffelham and Prost. Bradley Johnson and Cornish unfortunately got disqualified late on with the corner cuts. Good race in the end. Good way to wrap up 2020, I guess. Right, have you three included your audio? Cool. I'll do 3rd, you do 2nd, I'll do the winner. Cool. So we go to Toxic CW in as the Renault, 3rd place for yourself. Let me just check my stats. Your 3rd podium, if I'm correct. 4th podium.
Yeah,
4th because of last week, obviously. Let me sort out the thing I normally do. What a race actually to watch, because obviously late safety or safety car kind of midway through in the race, we kind of didn't know who was kind of in contention to win that race until kind of late on, and obviously with penalties as well, it was confusing. But what about from your point of view? Because obviously you did the alternate strategy to Eagle, got ahead of him, looked pretty good, and then obviously that safety car, I guess, didn't really help the situation, but you still fought through it and ended up being on the step of the podium. So take us through that race there.
Well, from the start, P5, I think it was Tom's feet, I managed to get to P3. I just was holding behind one of the Mercedes, and I got past her, I started pushing. See, talking out, I was debating hard on that, but I know the pair around here was worth the risk or not, but stuck to strategy. But from there, in that VSC, then I was checking penalties, and then MW unfortunately got that drive-through, which cost him probably P3 or 2. And then I just kind of went for the other. I noticed, I believe it was Primus had 12 seconds. I was thinking, I'll kind of get P3, I'd keep my nose clean. I was one more than off another penalty, so I may have dropped me out of top 3, so I had a decent race.
Yeah, you definitely in a lot of battles during that race. Came up against your clan member Toxic MW as well.
Yeah.
Obviously you had the 2 championship leaders, Duffer and Eagle, around you as well. Must have been a good race to be part of.
Yeah, it was a good race. It was until I noticed they were in a different strategy. I was winning mucked mine up or not. I was expecting 5th place there, and everything like that, so I feel good about unfolding today.
And obviously, talking about your championship at the moment, I think that will move you ahead of Button and Vinny potentially into 5th place. Would you take that at the end of the season if you end up holding on to that 5th?
I'm happy with it finished, to be honest. I'm enjoying halfway through and that. It's good to
Yeah.
get it wasn't, so yeah. I'm happy with it.
So one final question. Obviously, next season, I presume you're staying.
Yeah.
Obviously, and I assume you'll be in F4, but obviously the powers that be will decide on that. But first full season in RSF1, what are you looking for? What's your expectations going into next season potentially? If I don't speak to you again, not saying I will. Hello? Toxic, you there?
Yeah, sorry. I think you'll like
Oh.
about the others on my side, I don't know.
Next season expectations, wherever you end up in next season, obviously your first full season in RSF1, what you are looking forward to?
If I end up 4, I believe I'll be up there at the top, kind of challenging. I believe MW then if Duffer and Ego and Goop stay here, I believe challenging with them as well, but we'll soon see.
Well, well done on your 3rd place, and hopefully speak to you again.
Yeah.
When we kick things back off again in January.
Let's see that.
Right, on to P2. Vettel, take it away, please. Looked a mess. All the above. No. No. You would have stayed second no matter what. Cornish. Whoever you. Primus. So used to F2. So used to F2, aren't you? Yes. So heading to Cooper Benz. Yes. I'm neutral, but what a drive! What a drive! Your first win in RSF1. You've been so close, obviously, because when you first joined, you were in podiums, second place a couple of times, and then last few weeks, if you don't mind me saying, has been not the greatest. But you come back, and I can't imagine what you must have felt in qualifying. Crashing out early on, I think it was. Yeah, but what a drive in the end. Obviously, safety car, a little bit of luck possibly, but you had to be there. You had to be there to take it, and there you did. You fought up through towards the end of the race, put yourself into a position to win, and managed to do it. So you must feel a very happy man right now. Yeah, I saw that early on. The weird thing is when you watch this race back, it didn't look that bad on from where we were spectating, because obviously we got to call it if it's lagging too much. Yeah, obviously I've seen much worse, but oh wow. Well, I always say, especially in real life, whenever someone has their first win, it's always their greatest win. Like, because obviously we hope that there'll be more wins than this. But always their first win is the best, and if this ends up being the first of many, yeah, if this ends up being the first of many, then this should be good. Hmm. Yeah. The points was probably your highest expectation, I guess, from 17th. Jeez. So what do you think now going into Brazil, obviously after the Christmas New Year break? Oh, you can't quit the league after that. You can't. No. Can't do it now. Can't do it now. Ah, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I was gonna say, obviously Brazil we're gonna be racing in January now, so what's the force heading into that? Obviously now have a well-deserved break, I guess, and then start practicing, I guess, once the New Year's done. Well. Ah. So you're going to win by 30 seconds in Brazil then? Well, congrats. Yeah. Well, very. Well, all the best. All the best for. Yeah. All the best for you. But enjoy your victory for now. Very, very well deserved. And in my opinion, yeah, well done. Yeah, Eagle second and CW was third. Cool. Yeah, congrats and enjoy it. Enjoy it. Well, as I said, Vettel, what a way to end the calendar year 2020. Gonna miss this actually. Gonna miss this for a good couple of weeks. But yeah, break is deserved. I think everyone, obviously, some people will go into the break feeling very happy about themselves. Others will be thinking, right, we need to knuckle down for the last 2 races. But yeah, was a pleasure. Was a pleasure. Right, so that's it for a couple of weeks now. We are having our Christmas and New Year's break. That's it until January. The next official race will be the F2 race on Sunday on the 3rd of January for the F2 division, as we wrap up the titles for the divisions. Obviously, a couple have been wrapped up already, like F1 and F5, but we still have F3, F2 and F4 to decide, and obviously Brazil and Abu Dhabi are the places to do that. But from everybody here in F4, for the last time in this calendar year, your podium today: 3rd place at Toxic CW in the Renault, 2nd RSF1 Eagle in the Alfa Romeo, 1st Williams Cooper Benz the winner. Vettel, thank you very much for your company. Thank you very much. And to everybody watching, have a very Merry Christmas. Have a very good New Year. We will see you in 2021 for the Brazilian Grand Prix of F2 on the Sunday, 3rd of January. In the meantime, there may be a couple of fun streams in between. I don't know whether it be by me or anybody else. Probably not by me. About some fun races. Might be something planned. Apparently, I don't know fully, but information will be out very soon, I believe, once we've got everything settled down for our break heading off. But the next official one is the 3rd of January. Make sure you join us there. Hopefully sober. Hopefully you're all worn off by then. But see you then. And take care.